Today's the day. Today is the day. Got my hands on these puppies. These are PR. I was not paid to say anything about them, post them here, show them anywhere else on any of my channels. I tried the one in the kit and I really liked it, but I'm not a huge fan of kits because I thought you can't buy it again. I had a sneaking suspicion that these were going to come out. I have them in cream, taupe, and dark brown. We're going to go from this to this little look. Look at that. Here we go. How are you? How is your Vita Loca? Mine's not very Loca at the moment. We're calm, we're collected. Grab a cup of whatever makes you feel warm and fuzzy, and we're going to play with some makeup and talk about it. I have a little bit of, I did concealer and things like that. Brows. We have to do brows. I'm going to start with the taupe shade because this is really the shade that I would be wearing the most. There's so many different ways that you can apply. This is one of the packages that I don't like because I inevitably nick these things. The Merit Concealer Foundation, I've nicked the crap out of that. I don't know if it's, I actually have steady hands. I think it's sort of like because I mentally psych myself out and then I just nick the crap out of the top. Anyway, that's just me. I'm sure other people are fine. I like to do this. Let's unroll and see how much you actually get inside this. It stays. Please stay. Positive thinking. We're still going. It's very creamy. There you go. A little over an inch of product there. I think this could go fast, but I'm not sure yet. We're in the beginning stages. However, because I am ahead of schedule, I might have the full scorecard for you at the time you're watching this. You know, it only took me almost 10 years to figure out timing, but I did it. I did it. So the brand is saying you can apply directly to the lid. You can apply to a brush first. I usually apply to a brush first, but with something like this, I'm just going to apply it. A lot of what I'm seeing is they're applying it to the full lid. I'm doing the crease because I like it. So, you know, do what you want to do. Do what brings you joy. I think that's going to be my new tagline for 2026, especially right now. Yeah, you get it. So that is taupe. That was a very light layer, but you'll notice that I barely touched the stick to my skin and pretty solid. The blendability here is something of note. It blends so well. The dark brown is very dark. Very dark. They have an interesting shade range. Take a look. Let me know your thoughts on the shade range. I can open this. I really can. Believe in yourself. This came broken. I've seen that in a couple of the comments. So this is like scary to me. Look at that. Heyo, we're going to do the outer corner. But I'm like, this is total haphazard. Fingertip blend. I rarely do this. I'm a pretty like crease happy person. I just go to the crease of the eye and blend. Windshield wiper. That was 2 seconds of pressing this in with my fingertips. Pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty darn good. I like. The cream shade, creamy. It has sort of an eggshell hue to it. I really do like it. You can take a little bit, put it on the inner corner. I wouldn't normally do that. I didn't want to put a lot there. But here's where I've been using this guy. Wait, it's so hard to do this in the viewfinder. I barely pressed that against my skin and the payoff was incredibly strong. I don't know what they put in here. Well, I'll tell you all about it in the scorecard, as I do. But it's glorious in terms of texture. And then look at that. It just lifts. I put a little bit extra there, so this is getting into that like carve your brows territory. I think we're beyond that. I mean, maybe you're not. Whatever you like. But for me, I could even use less. So cream, I think, will last me a while. Or you can use the cream all over the lid. That was the other thought I had. Use it all over the lid as a primer, sort of, like a base. If you're like me and you have translucent skin, just leave it like that. It's really cute. Just looks like a bird pooped on your eyelid, kind of. Not really. Anyway, moving on. Take it and blend it out. Similar to what you would do maybe with a concealer. You can do that here. I'm probably not going to be doing that much. I like it more for the brow, but I just want to show you all the little ways that you can use this. On their website, they show you an application that looks similar to this. They rub it towards the lash line. They do it and make it look really smooth and chic. Me, not so much. Then you can press it onto the lid again with your fingertips. That's great for every day. I lean more towards an enhanced crease. What? You get it. You get it. Don't tell me you don't get it. I know you get it. And then I blend her out. But look at how haphazard that was. Ridiculous. And yet, it's the texture. If you're a texture person, if you've been here on this channel subscribed for any length of time, then you know. Taupe is my jam. Taupe is my jam. Dark brown, I think you can play with. Actually, I did something kind of fun last night with dark brown. Sometimes I just sit here and play my music. Music is such a great little mood booster for me and possibly the rest of the world. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of that lately. Highly recommend. Put on the playlist, chill out, zone out, listen to some Bad Bunny maybe. I know I have. Anyway, while I was doing that last night, I was looking at this guy like, I'm not going to use him a lot. But then I realized, what if I used it with an angled brush, soft angled brush? I don't like the hard angled brushes. Jones has an angled brush. I found it to be a little bit too dense for my delicate lids, I suppose. And then give myself a little wing. Is it going to last? TBD. I'll tell you all about that on the scorecard. But see how strong that pigment is? Works itself into a little wing liner. You got options. This one had a little bit more of it blended out on the outside. I guess I'll do that just to keep it somewhat even. It's hard. Like, hurts my soul, but then it blends out and everything's okay again. Sometimes you just have to trust the process. Basically, every time you just have to trust the process. For me, at least. I gotta work on the whole trusting of the process. Not so much in makeup, maybe more in life. But that's another video. Okay, here we go. It's really beautiful. I feel like it's very versatile. The blendability is wonderful. The neutral shade range, some will love, some might not love. I don't know, you tell me. And yes, I do have the other one in the kit. I will link to that video if you would like to see it. I'm not going to talk as much about it because you have to buy the kit to get it, which I find to be kind of annoying. There's one last application technique that I want to show you. And I use the term technique very loosely with taupe. This is so funny. I'm going over to my parents for dinner. I love that I can do that here. Anyway, I'm going over there and my mom's gonna be like, why do you have all that stuff on your face? I guarantee you. So this is the taupe and you can make it into a soft, smoky little under eye. I usually don't do this because I feel like it makes me look tired by the end of the day. At night I'll do it because really I'm only gonna last for like 3 hours, then go to sleep. Because I am in love with sleep. But that was the last little thing you can do. I'm sure there's more that other creators are going to show you, but those are plenty of different ways that you can use it. I really think taupe and cream are going to be my favorite out of the two. And this isn't even built up to full impact. This is just a couple of light layers that have been diffused out. So keep that in mind. If you're like, no, I want more, don't worry about it. I think you can get there very easily. For the rest of the face, this is a new combo. I just wanted to sneak it in here. So this is the Say Sun Visor. I already have it on, so I'm just pressing it on for demo purposes. And then the Mob Beauty Cream Foundation. This is in pink 50. I have pink 40. I think pink 40 is going to be the way for me. This is a little too warm, but this little combination has become my little go-to because if you've been watching, thank you for watching. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe so you never miss a thing. But if you've been watching, then you heard me talk about antibiotics last week. It's exciting stuff over here. Okay. We talk about cream shadows. We talk about antibiotic. We talk about a lot of things. That's what we do. And by we, I mean me. And the antibiotics have really screwed up my skin. Not in a reaction way, but the redness is just way more pronounced. So we do what we have to do. But this little combo, it's velvety. It's good. I really like it. I really wanted to share it with you. I just have a few more things that I'm going to pop on really quickly. By the way, the Ficlo mascara, something that I'm trying. This is their newbie. There it is. I was so bummed when their acorn, it's not called acorn. It was vegan good lash, but it looked like an acorn. You know what I mean? They changed it and it just wasn't as good as the first option. This is pretty good. Pretty good. I'm a little tough on these things. Showing up though, really soft and malleable. I kind of like it. I'm only going to do one. That was more than one coat, but I'll do an easy amount for now and then I will play with it later. See how it lasts. Pretty nice. Some of you had asked about the podcast. Some of you have been like, where'd you go? It just became something that was a lot of work. And when I had left my corporate job, this past year, 2025 was the first year that I had gone solo, basically gone full blown entrepreneur. So I was really trying to not overdo it and overwhelm myself because there was already enough to be overwhelmed. And the podcast was sort of collateral damage for that. But I've been thinking a lot about it. I miss connecting with my guests, a lot of whom became friends, which was so cool. Anything that I talk about will be linked below in the description, by the way. I want to talk to more female founders and do what I like to call morning meetings when I worked in the stores a long, long time ago. Focusing on females is what I'm saying. Especially right now, I want to be able to amplify women, women's voices, women in business. I think it's really important. By the way, let's check and see if these have creased. Word tests have been really positive. This is the Finding Ferdinand and Lucky Cat. So, yes, we went on a tangent, but overall, I'm really, really, really liking these eyeshadow sticks. Any honest review that I have for you is going to be back on the Style Shaker. That's where I keep my updated best of the best guide. I break it down by category. That's under favorites. Sending you a lot of love and virtual hugs. See you right back here real soon. Until then.